Hey Zo, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call.
Has your soul
soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason is back in the building. I'm not always reasonable, but I'm here to continue the discussion around relationships. As is commonplace, you already know what we got to do before the show gets started. Your brother Zoe Williams got to do a little promoting. I got to promote some things. You want to dig me? I got to promote some things. First and foremost, let me let you in. Total Package Energy is nearing a record. Cases moved. I'm excited about it. I was told we only need 20 cases to smash a previous record. Total Package Energy is the greatest energy drink of all times. This is the Muhammad Ali of energy drinks, the Michael Jackson of energy drinks, the Mike Tyson. No, I don't want to say Mike Tyson. I already said Ali. Let me do another one. The Richard Pryor of energy drinks. The who else? Who's another great? Somebody give me a great. Let's say the Prince.
The Nelson Mandela.
The Nelson Mandela.
The Carl Lewis.
No, it's not the Carl Lewis. The Marvin Gaye.
No, not the Carl Lewis.
Yes, definitely.
It's the Ben Vereen. She might as well say it's the Ben
When
Vereen.
I tell you Total Package Energy
Jennifer Lewis
is changing the game, we need 20 cases. I need everybody in here to get a case of Total Package Energy. Go to Total Package Energy. Tell them Zoe Williams called and asked you guys to reach out to him. Total Package Energy. Let's blow them out the water. Also, say it.
Bill Sauce.
You just
Practicing.
Peaches, let me see if you can say it.
Bill Sauce.
Listen. You're brown skinned. That's how my mama would say. You brown skinned. She was a brown skinned girl.
Bill Sauce.
sauce.
I mean, I don't do hot sauce.
Mimi from the West Side for real.
If it's not
you,
Ray
not really from. Let's get Mimi in here. Mimi, show these girls how to say this. Come on, Mimi.
You want me to hit him with it?
Hit him with it,
Yeah,
Mimi.
hit us, girl.
Oh, man. I want some of that Bill sauce.
There
My
you
niggas. I want some Bill sauce.
I want some of
Man.
I want some Bill sauce.
He said Bill
Bill sauce. You got to say it like you mean it. Like you hungry right now. Put it on that chicken.
Yeah, I do want some on my chicken.
Bill sauce. Bill sauce, man. Sergeant sauce, Gunny Fire, Schmuckatelli. The Schmuckatelli I never bring in because I'm always eating it.
That's the one that's not hot, right?
It's not hot at all.
Okay, then I'll like that one.
No.
And
fire.
I love it all.
Tell everybody. Just tell them. Go to BealSauce.com. BEALE sauce.com. BealSauce.com. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. Go support those people ASAP. They have an amazing product. I've heard some people reach back and say they liked it. So support BealSauce.com. Also, A huge order of the holographic relationship is going out this weekend.
Oh, that's what's up.
A huge order.
Hey.
Is going out this weekend, Saturday. I'm going to the post office Saturday. I think I'm dropping off 160 copies.
Awesome.
You in the dig?
160?
Yeah, 160 copies, and that should take care of all of the pre-orders.
Oh, that's what's up.
And I will say this, of the 451 pre-orders I've already sent out, only 8 have come back. Meaning
that's good.
Bad addresses. People that don't have a good address. Listen, if your address has changed, send me your digital receipt to TheZoWhatAddressChange@gmail.com. TheZoWhatAddressChange@gmail.com. You understand? Also, remember, the holographic relationship is the follow-up to the relationship dismount. How to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. Don't forget to get your copy of both. You want the physical copy of the holographic relationship? All you got to do is go to IamZoeWilliams.com, click shop, then books, scroll down, and you'll find the link to the holographic relationship. I'm getting some feedback.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting some feedback. Listen, everybody who's got it, everybody who's read it, go leave a review on Amazon.com.
I'm going to go leave one.
I'm going to try to tell you, the book is fire.
I have it. I know.
Yeah,
I have it too.
The book is crazy. Also, this is how you get the relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. It's on Amazon.com in 3 different formats. Kindle, Audible, and paperback, all on Amazon.com. You've got to get this one before you're really ready for the follow-up. But then again, who knows? People read in and out of order all the time. So get them how you get them. Also, Dream No More, Rise of the Lion, Mario C. Matthews.
I'm going to check that out.
You really got to check this out. Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter.
I love it.
You know?
Princess and the
That's
Frog.
right up my alley.
This is sci-fi.
I'm gonna shock you.
Black sci-fi. Go support this. It's on Amazon.com. Dream No More, Rise of the Lion, Mario C. Matthews. Please support all of the stuff that I put in front of you. Everybody in the chat room, let me shout out the chat room.
Yeah.
Yo, nothing but love for the chat room. What is the chat room? Oh, it's the YouTube page. We're broadcasting live through my YouTube page, TheZoWhatShow. All one word. Go subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell for the notification. Do all of that. Look, everybody in there saying, what up, what up, what up? I see y'all in there.
Y'all?
Everybody in the chat room, hit the like button, the share button, and most of all, the super chat button. Please support this channel. Please support this movement. Let's get it started. We got an amazing topic today.
All right.
We missed mansions this Wednesday.
Yes.
We missed mansions because the internet was out.
Okay.
Dash Radio.
So, no. I'm just saying, the internet was out. And my thing is, if the internet is out and I can't broadcast the show through YouTube, fuck it. I ain't gonna do it. So I canceled the show. We had Corey Holcomb. We had Bobby G.
Oh, damn.
It was about to be crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm a little annoyed. I'm sorry. But I got love for y'all. But now we're back. It's Friday, a new day with a new topic. This topic might hurt people's feelings. But it's real shit that we got to consider today. It's a real conversation. Phone lines need to open up too. I want to hear your opinions as well. This is a caller-driven show. You want to participate? You have an opinion about what we're talking about? Please call us at 323-230-4610. 323-230-4610. We're about to agitate, upset, and, set up the topic in the way that we do. You're listening to the voice of reason on Dash Talk X. I'm your host and chief agitator, Zoe Williams. I'm ready to get busy. My homeboy Tone Talks is in the building.
What up?
Tone Teasy.
One of the co-founders.
Teasy.
Tone Talks, hit me, man. Tell them a little bit about what you do, man. Tell them a little bit about your show, which comes on. First off, this is a special show.
Okay.
The Voice of Reason and Tone Talks is going to run concurrently.
Oh.
Well, it's a 3-hour block. Right. He's live right after me. He's on this show. I'm on his show next.
That's great.
That's right.
We about to get this info out there. Tone Talks, tell them a little bit about your show, man.
Yeah, I do my show right after Zoe's, and we do the topics of wealth, politics. Sometimes we do relationships, just talking about the condition of America at large, millennials, particularly black people, talking about what they go through. You know, I recently founded a movement called American Descendants of Slavery, and it's led to a big discussion about reparations with the presidential candidates. And we had Marianne Williamson actually in here. Check that out. She's one of the candidates running. We had her in this room.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's
Tone,
fire.
hey, listen, Tone is not in here playing.
Not at all.
No games.
Not a lot of reindeer games involved with
That's
Tone.
right. There ain't no reindeers
No
here.
red nose.
Okay. Thoroughbreds, okay?
And I knew when I read the topic, I said, watch Tone Talk's going to be here today.
She totally said
That's why you wore your Black Lives Matter earrings?
I mean,
Get out my free earrings. Get out my free earrings.
I got a lot of pro-black earrings. Pro-black earrings.
All right, here we go. Real topic today. Provided by yours truly. How much money does your man have to make in a year in order to be considered a good man? And does it matter how he makes it? How much money does he have to make annually in order to be considered a good man? And does it matter how he makes it? Let me say it another way. I mean, is that clear to you?
Yeah.
How much money does he have to make in order to be considered a good man? Mm-hmm. And does it matter how he makes it? Mm-hmm. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Oh, man, this is crazy. This is an insane topic. Has the wealth gap made some black heterosexual men and women virtually invisible on the dating scene? You're invisible.
Because they doing all these checks out here.
Yeah. Is dope dealing... Listen. Is dope dealing an okay occupation?
Wow.
If it means making a better life for you and your family? This is all you got.
Dope meaning illegal drugs.
Dope, man. Dope, man.
Did she say dope meaning illegal drugs?
All right,
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Question.
What is your magic goal for an ideal man? This is a crazy question. What is your ideal goal for? What is your goal for an ideal man to make? This is crazy. How much does he have to make in order to support the family? What is the ideal goal? Like what? This is good. He made enough. This amount right here is good to support the ideal family. I ask you guys these questions because you guys typically set the bar in the relationship in your standards profile. Ladies.
Oh, now we can talk.
You know the rules. You know the fucking rules of this show. I set it up.
Oh my God.
Okay. The ultimate amount to take care of your family?
You heard what I said. What he got to pull down in order for you to pull them things down?
It depends on the size of our family. If it's a 4-family, 2-parent home, he needs to be able to feed us, clothe us. We need to be able to take care of our family. There is no set amount. Long as we good, we good. You know, I mean, you can't.
There's
put
no
a
amount.
number. You can't put a number on what you don't know because things happen.
You know
Your
what
husband
tax
could
bracket
break-
you in.
But your husband could break his back at work and then he's on disability. I mean, shit happens.
How
Life
long do you
happens.
stay with him?
You stay with him for the duration. I'm a bitch
While
that's
he's
down,
on disability.
I mean, I'm with him. I'm gonna take care of shit.
Shoot, you stay down with him and then you create ways to make money through
Right.
me or however. In other words, he can stay on disability, but we still gonna work our magic and
I'ma
keep our
put his
family
mama on
together.
the They be getting a
lot of pills.
Because at the end of the day, though, let me tell you something real. You can find people with money all day, but when you find somebody that's gonna ride or die with you,
Right.
that's gonna hold you down, that's gonna be there when you really going through something. Because everybody around when you popping, everybody around when you got that bread,
Right.
everybody your friend right then. But let you fall down to the ground. Who handed you that tissue?
Wow.
Who helping you stand up? Who helping you do that dance? I need a man like that.
Right.
Yes.
There is no
That's his name.
But
That's
there
his name.
is, there is no set amount. You can't put a number on it. I mean, because life happens. You could have a certain amount of, you could have kids. Okay, Toe, go. Because I'm just going.
Wait.
He over here sighing and shit.
Because I don't want Tone to hold back.
Okay.
Don't hold back, Toe.
We need
Why
to
you
get
gotta-
real. Just tell us, is it all right? So he can come in there with 15,000.
I mean, if that's how much he make, I'm gonna make some money too. But if that's my mate, I'm gonna be down. I mean, that's how much he's making. We gonna make that shit work, and we gonna get it together. And I'm gonna be, because I might be making 55,000 if he bringing in
How much
15.
your house got to make? Let's put it more specific.
Well, why don't you deal with more
Enough to
percentages?
sustain us. That's
Then
how much our
another
house
amount.
has to make. I can't. I'm a realist. I'm a realist. Enough to sustain us, whatever our
How you
lifestyle
gonna be a
is.
realist in one voice and then say ain't no number?
It
in the
ain't.
other
That
voice?
is a realistic view because you can't put a number on what type of money. I mean, I'd like my man to make 100,000 a year or more, or 300,000 a year. But if he's not making that, and I've chose this man, that's what it is.
You think choosing a man is special? Let's talk about how
If
easy
this
it is
pussy
for
chooses
you
a
to
man-
unchoose a nigga. Y'all unchoose a nigga based on the ebb and flow of his wallet. Tell the truth.
I unchoose a nigga on the ebb and flow of which way his penis is swinging. If it ain't at home and you broke, nigga, we got problems. Because if you got
So what if he's broke?
15,000
What if he's broke and he's faithful?
If
You know
he's
how many
broke and
women that
faithful, I'm
broke up with a faithful?
You know how hard it is to find a faithful man?
When you find a faithful man right now, you better hold on and keep him.
Right, I'm
dust
sucking
him
his
off
dick
and-
all
you feel
day.
me? You better get him right. Because these dudes out here ain't
Nigga.
faithful. He can have a pocket full of bread, but he got just as many bras as he got bread. So line that up.
Let me come back. Let me come back. Let me come back. Today's topic. How much does your man have to make? The phone lines are open. 323-230-4610. How much does he have to make a year annually in order for him to be considered a good man by you? And does it matter how he makes it?
It matters how he makes it.
You know how much? Listen, you know how much sex dope dealers get?
Yeah, but you know what?
Do you know how much sex R. Kelly got?
Well, that's right now money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to build no future with no nigga that at any time you can go to jail.
Right.
And then you jeopardizing my freedom.
Right.
I'm not into cavity surgeons.
Yeah, we too
for
old for
by
that.
strangers.
I don't need them asking me no questions. Don't talk to me about nothing. You feel
Okay.
me? So I said all that to say, yeah, no, I can't get down with you just doing any old thing because you know what? I'm going somewhere. So why am I going to pollute where I'm going with you with this pollution? You feel me? Like I'm going somewhere that has nothing to do with that type of energy. So if that's the energy you got and the popos attached
You know what I'm
to
about
you,
to do.
I don't want to do that.
You know what I'm
Not
about
right
to
now
do.
in my life. No.
Yeah, I know what
You
you're
know what I'm
about to do.
What you about
I'm
to
about
do
to
now?
unleash Tone in a second.
Well, unleash
But
Tone.
I mean, you
That's
talking about
now.
He's sitting over there quiet as kept. I'm about to let him go.
But you know what?
he can go. Shit, I talk to him too.
Let me say this. The interesting thing about this room is I'm waiting to hear what the younger lady says because we do have two, not older women, but two mature
Yeah,
women.
I'm an older
And
woman.
so what they've been through is a certain set of life. I was looking forward to having your full crew in here just to hear everything.
He want weekdays in here to catch some of these elbows.
He wouldn't have wanted that.
Not even just that. I just think that when we start getting honest, I'm looking forward to hearing what the phone calls say. Black women go to college, a lot of projections. They talking 60,000. That's like I'm doing a favor when I date the guy that works at FedEx, making 60.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Understand that. So let's start framing it, and then you hear, well, I really deserve, or I would want a man that makes 6 figures.
Right.
And none
like
of it
me.
is in context of the reality of what we know about wealth, about income. We've talked about wealth in here, but we really ain't talked about income. And that's what my show going to be about later, but like, we'll talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Dash Talk X. It's about to go down in the town. I got questions. What other qualities must a broke man have in order to be considered a worthy relationship match?
He got to make up for that shit.
The number to dial is 323-230-4610.
Exactly. You coming in at a deficit. You gotta do something. You gotta cook.
Right.
Or something.
But you know what, on some real stuff, I mean, Tone, overall, a lot of women do chase the bag. They chase the bank account. And don't get it twisted. When I was younger, of course, if you have different people trying to talk to you and different people are saying different stuff, of course, coming from different people, it comes across one way or another. But living life, I've learned, that's not what you do. You don't date people, and at the end of the day, they're living a life that's full of, the police could come, it could be a problem. You don't need that in your life, because guess what? You want to show your child better than that. You don't want to just say, don't you do it. You don't want them looking over at you doing the same thing you talking about don't do. And I know all types of people. I don't judge. I love my people. But what I'm saying, as far as in an intimate relationship, I'm getting, I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm wondering if they come in and my phone's tapped. You know what I mean? What's up with your boy? You finna get jacked. That's too much to think about when you're trying to be prosperous. But don't get it twisted. You're right. A lot of people look for the bag. You feel what I'm trying to say? But for me, I look beyond that, because there's problems with that. And I've lived that, where you've seen problems come in a relationship because of how someone's living.
Have you guys seen that video clip of Steve Harvey talking to the 19-year-old girl? Mm-hmm. Where he basically said, you are the prize, you have the cookie.
Right.
It's that kind of outdated, I don't even know what to call it. It's that kind of outdated philosophy.
1950s.
That's an outdated philosophy.
So let's get more specific. 'Cause, I mean, it's funny because I think we say it don't really matter, and what happened was, like, if we look at Peach's age. When you went to college, the framework you were using was your parents' framework. They didn't really have to pay for you to go to school because school was free then. We live in an era now where if you want your little daughter or son to go to school, you're supposed to have a college fund. So
you gotta have one.
So we can't say you gotta have a college fund and then say we just freewheeling with the amount. And I think what ends up happening is nobody does the numbers. And what I'm finding is and kind of what I want to talk about throughout the evening is when you look at the numbers, none of the shit makes sense.
But see, that's what I'm saying, back to you're the prize, you got the cookie. That worked 30, 40 years ago. In this day and age, you the prize because you have the cookie is set up a little bit differently.
Right. That's BS.
Right? It's set up differently because back then a woman basically stayed at home and was taken care of. Now, when we look at wealth calcification, some of the fanciful ideas that a lot of women have are really 30, 40 years old.
True.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
True.
You have to do this. Well, wait a minute. How am I supposed to do that?
It's also racist.
So when I give an idea of this or that, this is what I'm saying.
And
This is what I'm saying. God damn, Peaches. What the hell? This nigga Peaches.
Okay.
No, I want to give examples. Okay. I want to give examples. Okay. Now, I done seen a gang of women in Thailand. I seen a gang of sisters in Thailand. Now, I don't know if Thailand is just cheap. You can just go there.
Right.
But I done seen a gang of sisters in Thailand. And under the caption of living my best life. Right. I'm just trying to understand, like, we got to travel and we got to build an empire. And I'm saying,
what's the numbers on that?
What are the numbers?
How much is that? How much we going to have for travel?
That's what I want you to talk about. Talk about this, man.
It's a trip because one of the things that I'm seeing is that we do approach. I think a lot of people approach it very loose until the numbers come, and then it gets like piecemeal together. Instead of just starting off at the top, I need somebody to make 100,000 because everything added up is 100,000. But now once you say that, I can tell you that shit don't make no sense. And the reason why I'm saying that isn't to just guess, and this isn't about tone. This is about dealing with the reality of where black people are at in the like we've talked about wealth, but we really ain't talked about income. And the income is the hiding ground for black America.
There we go.
So what we say to ourselves is that I want a man that makes 6 figures. But we don't deal with the fact that if you look at the Bureau of Labor, it tells you how many black people make 6 figures.
What is it?
60% of black households make less than $37,000 gross.
No, say that slow. Because a lot of times you say shit and motherfuckers ain't never been good at math. So say it one more time. 60%.
So let's start. Let's just say this. This is a group that largely won't receive inheritance. So everything that we talking about going to come straight out of this income. See, white America, they might work at the grocery store, but then they done inherited a house. So they living a life like they making 95 because the house paid for it. Right. And they refi the house and all that. We living straight on this income. Second part is the middle family worth $1,700 nationally, $200 liquid in LA, $11 liquid in Miami, $8 liquid in Boston.
Let's go to Thailand.
That's the wealth. So now let's talk about income in this show, and then the context of it is what is your man supposed to make? You know, and what I'm saying is to get to the point of dealing with how fantastical it is. So 60% of black households with 2 people and 2 children in a house make less than $37,000, according to the Bureau of Labor. This isn't Tone Talks data. Mm-hmm. It's just that we just never lived by the reality of our situation. We kind of just all made it up. And a lot of us everybody we know live this way. We don't get in our circles and get honest. 80% of black households make less than 60. 80%. Together, 2 people making this money in the house.
Let's go to Jamaica.
Only 5% make more than only 5% of black households, 2 people, make more than 112. All ages, not millennials, not Gen Xers. The boomers are the ones that are making more than 112. Somebody old that didn't retire, that's still, Maxine Waters or something. Mm. So if you just made up the context of your goal man, or it's just one celebrity you met, how crazy are you? And what you got to do to actually fix that? And is it okay? So on one hand, you can say I'm not going to date celebrities and dope dealers, but then are you going to make the life of the man that drives Uber a living hell because he can't afford the stuff that celebrities and dope dealers can afford?
Can I say something? Every female is, and every male. Of course, some of all.
I was about to say,
I know. But there are a lot of people that they are comfortable together. They have come to the agreement where he may make 60% of the income, she makes 40% of it. Together, wherever they can be living in Compton or be living in, I don't even know all these places here in California. I don't know. Or an expensive place, But wherever they are, they're comfortable. And the money in which they make, it may not be over $100,000 a year. It may be $40,000, but whatever it is, they come together, they make it work.
So what I'm saying to you is that the 2 problems we run into is, first, you can't be a stable American family on 40. Like, you can try to be, you ain't going to the movies. If you do go to the movies, y'all not counting right. The numbers ain't adding up. And so also we live in an environment that it's not stable like your parents' era, whereby like Trump just passed tax reform. Well, the second part of tax reform is they ain't gonna have budgets for the programs. So y'all may make 40, but what make the 40 make sense is the stuff that white people pay cash for. It's a government college prep program. It's the summer pool. Well, when all that stuff closed, you still want to do that shit, but you don't got no money for it. All I'm saying is today what we talking about is the imaginary relationship. Everybody out here driving around, super commuting to work, driving people to work and then going to work and justifying it as I'm just making extra money. But nobody's really dealing with the impact that has on the ability to have intimate relationship.
Say more. Go deeper.
Yeah, I mean, I love this. I love this show. I love the, I deal with Zoe a lot on relationship. I've learned a lot from him, and I believe he's learned a lot from me. What I try to do is not bring this information to be like sad about it, but to contextualize that your life is not functionally sound because of what has been done to you as a black person. Part of what we've done in the last just 3 months is every presidential candidate has had to talk about reparations, because I believe that's the answer for black people. Because this is not enough. Living on driving Uber or Lyft or Grubhub, and you a grown ass person that went to college, that's not right. If you went,
I'm a grown ass person. I went to college and I do Postmates.
And I'm saying to you, that's not. I don't. And I'm structurally telling you, and I'm telling you, sister, out of love, that that would be my wish that you wouldn't have to do that. Because at the end of the day, what's happening right now when we look over the relationships, people is super commuting to work. Super commuting is like you drive from Rancho to fucking downtown because you want to own a house and tell yourself, my kids need a better neighborhood. Ain't nobody supposed to drive 30 miles to go to work. That's insane. It's unsound. And then you try to fit a marriage inside of super commuting. So let's talk about the day. You get up at 5:30. At 5:30. You drive to work and you get there at 7:30. You start work at 8. Your boss wants you to stay till 8 o'clock. You get off at 8. Now you drive back. It's less traffic. You get home at 9:30. Take a shower. Do it all over again.
Yeah, well, I'm from Texas. A lot of people live in the suburbs. I mean, and they come to work. I mean, it's nothing to us. So maybe it's a location difference. And $40,000 in Texas, you would still not be like a baller. You wouldn't be a baller, but you would be comfortable. Like you would be okay. Like honestly, you could be okay.
This is a great conversation.
So it's like that's very different.
But see, that it ain't different, because you know where you feel it. You feel it when your kids turn 18 and you got to pay for regular college. See, out here, everybody like to say that LA dudes is loose and we don't really have much. Not you saying that. I've heard this, meaning we live in apartments. Nah, it's just our property is like really has a real price to it. So what ends up happening is when we buy a house, it means that family is stable, because the house market is $500 to get into. That means you got to put down like $50,000, $40,000. That means that somebody probably in your family got some money, helped you out, or you saved, you got good credit. You can buy a house in a lot of these other places for like $115,000. Those are renters in neighborhoods. So what happens is for the course of their marriage, they look really stable. Meaning the course of when the kids are zero primary age, when the charters pay for your school and everything else. But when it comes time to go to UCLA or University of Texas, or whatever school, Howard, they don't have the money because they can't pull nothing out the house. The house still worth $112. And so I'm saying to you, I don't think that. All I'm saying to you is, coming back to my main point, is the conversation we have with ourselves about how much you should almost have an idea. What do I want out of life? And then, can this person afford it? And can I afford it? And I don't think we had that discussion. We just get into the situation and then we say we want all the line items. They did a budget, and I'm gonna show it on my show, of a family that makes $500.
Oh, the white family, yeah.
On CNBC this week. And I had to show black people, like, you understand that less than 1% of black people make more than $500. But what happened was it had all the items in there. So they take out 36 for the 401k. Then they take out the 40% for taxes. So now you at 250. Now the 250, you got 24 for food. They putting 24 towards food for the year. That's a hell of a rip. Two people. They got the 10. They got the 12,000 for all the practices and everything. They got the 10,000 for miscellaneous, the 7,000 for savings. And understand, they're not even counting the inheritance and gifts from grandma and everything. And
the miscellaneous is how much?
The miscellaneous is 10. But for the
10K.
And understand they only had 12 for clothes. And the only reason I'm bringing this up in conversation is that I think that we stay at an immature state in terms of evaluating mates. And then we just kind of look at the symptomatic results and then get frustrated at those. He can't pay the cell phone on time. Well, when you met him, he couldn't pay the cell phone on time. Well, how did he take me out to eat? He used everything he had to take you out to eat.
No, but then you have people that listen to this show and be like, that's why I'm on a higher level of consciousness and you need to work with me because
I don't think those people. No.
No, because they be faking. No, because a lot of them, they'll start faking or whatever, and they'll come up with some type of excuse so they won't be able to carry their end of the bargain. A lot of people get into situations and relationships, and before you really know the person, you in too deep.
Oh, wow.
Before you start tapping into finances.
There's a young lady here on not the super chat, but the chat room on YouTube. She said she moved from L.A., Marina Del Rey, to Atlanta because she couldn't afford a house here. And she said when she left here, her rent was $47.50.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's because where she living.
Marina Del Rey.
And that's where I live at.
And that's how much she put down on that house in Atlanta, huh?
I'm just saying, like LA is a tough place to live. Right. We already know that.
Wow.
No, but let's go back to
you
this.
You have
shit.
a mansion.
No, let's go back to when your rent is $47.50. That means that see, I think that what happened is we just mixed all the shit up. And it's like what ended up happening because we don't understand wealth. We don't understand what the $5,000 rent is supposed to reflect. It's supposed to reflect that somebody that you come from a certain level of wealth and that money is just being funneling through you.
But when you say it's supposed to reflect something, you're talking about generational wealth, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to be paying for that shit with labor.
So tell them the difference between labor. Labor creates income.
Yeah,
but generational wealth.
It creates wealth where like you paying with like rents and you paying with money that's already in a savings account. I think for a lot of us, we just like to live next to white wealth. And what ends up happening as a result of doing that is we get really confused about the state of what goes on. Let's go all the way back to like, you go all the way from Houston to Atlanta. I want to move to Atlanta to buy a house. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. First of all, the houses be funnily built. I did a whole video on that.
He talking about the materials.
Yeah, the materials. Like
we come from a place where the materials of the finest quality, of the highest standards.
Yeah,
down in the South.
They don't build the little stock homes.
We have walls that have.
No, I just want to say this.
I was at hold on one second. I was at somebody's house in Atlanta.
Come on, you kicked the door.
And I swear to God, I was downstairs in the living room. I heard a full-blown conversation, syllables and all. And they was in low tones. It was almost like they was sitting on the couch with me.
That's not the older house.
They was like 4 rooms down. And I heard everything.
Wow.
You know what? I'm going to tell you right now. When these people come, I want you to act right. I want you to put out the jalapeno. I heard everything. I said, God damn, what is this house made of?
Put out the jalapeno.
I promise.
I took a piece of one of them and I did a video where I broke it on the video. Because like what you see is that it's a perfect example. They gave black people the outside of white people's good life. So basically they make them houses look like the mansions that we see in magazines. But they don't have the components. The first component is the neighborhood itself. It's full of renters. See, like they don't even build new homes in LA. But we don't have, when you buy a house, it likely means, unless your grandmama left you something, that your family is legit, at least stable. Like to be able to get a $500,000 house. To get a $100,000 house, all you got to get together is $6,000 or $7,000. Right. And then you don't even know if they're selling it to you in the bad country, like the lowlands. You remember Houston? They were selling black people homes. But they know that the shit gonna flood. They just don't know what year.
Yeah, they don't know.
And they don't sell you no insurance.
And the drainages are very bad.
But see, all right. So let's use that example. They sell you a house in Houston in the flatlands. Right. You move from LA. You live there for 3 years with your kid from 6 to 9. Mm-hmm. We come over for Thanksgiving. Y'all look real American. But when the flood comes,
I'll be arcing on them boys.
But when the flood comes, you at the lowlands. And I'm just saying, this is a great example of what even happens in terms of relationship with men. I think in a lot of senses, we don't start off with the list of what you need to be, like the life insurance, $3 million policy. College savings, we putting away this much per month. This, and this. The outcome we want. So then we back up the outcome to say what kind of income gets us to the outcome we want with no inheritance.
Right.
And what you find is that 9 times out of 10, it's like 150, 200,000. Now the problem is that how many black people make more than 200,000? How many black men dating age make more than 200,000? It might be 100 niggas walking around this.
What's the 2016 stat on black men and unemployment?
I mean, 1 in 5 were unemployed, and 1 in 5 were unemployed, I believe, and for the whole year, not just like at one point.
2016.
Yeah,
and this is for the country.
Yeah, for the whole year though.
For the whole year, for the entire country,
and that's not even counting the
specific demographic, a group of black men.
Yeah, that's not counting the prisoners. See, and what's a trip is
we going to Nantucket.
But the trippy part is, and this is the conversation, is I really think that what we do is we consider this conversation with ourselves, with our young daughters, negative. But we just have it in a different way symptomatically when all the results come. Because the guy that tells you he can deliver all that stuff and he don't have it already, meaning he just a fucking unicorn and his grandmama left him some stuff, you wait till he lie to you. So a lot of these marriages, the reason why they ain't working is everybody seeks out the liar.
Ooh.
And I'm not even talking about consciously sometimes. It's like you talk through like just projections. You know, we got this pecan farm that I'm going to buy. And that pecan farm gonna be very successful, and it's black owned, and we gonna do this and that, and then when you look up, it's like, who the fuck buy pecans?
We're gonna have a good Christmas because everybody wants a pecan pie. Listen, the number to dial is 323-230-4610. I'm taking callers right now. If you've just tuned in, today's topic: how much does your man have to make in a year in order to be considered a good man? And does it matter how he makes it? The phone lines are open. 323-230-4610. Call me right now. I'm taking your calls right now. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak.
Hey, Zoe, this is Rick from Miami. How you doing, brother?
Rick from Miami. You're on the line. What's the deal?
Listen, I was listening to what you all said. First of all, salute to you and Brother Tom and to the ladies.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello.
So here's what I'm looking at. We are on a hamster wheel of poverty, right? We're using our moral ambiguity to put our financial security in the front of a man who really is not in a position to accomplish all these Disneyland dreams that we're trying to be validated by living by white people. So my situation here with this is, and I'm listening to the ladies, and I hear it all the time on our show, it doesn't make sense for us to try to live somebody else's lifestyle and still demand that man through with the requests that you want. It's not going to work. It's going to cause friction, which it already has. It's raised our divorce rate, which it already has, but it's also affecting our children because now we're living based on somebody else's purpose.
Wow. Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for sharing, all right?
I appreciate you, brother. Y'all move on.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that was crazy. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Caller. Dropples. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Mikael from Augusta, GA.
This is Mikael from Augusta, GA. Take your hand from over the receiver so we can hear you.
Hey.
What's
up, everybody?
What's happening?
I just want to make a quick comment to follow up on Tom's point. I think what he was saying as far as like you have like probably like a very small percentage of brothers that can fulfill like the financial dreams of most women. So what happens is all women flock towards those few brothers. And then all this stuff about, like, infidelity and all this, it all stems from that because you got this, all women just chasing that same type of dude. And instead of being realistic about, like, where they at financially and where everybody else is at financially. I think it just leads to a whole nother. So that's why, the conversation is definitely important to have, though, to be real about where you at and where we stand and what we need to do. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, thank you for the call. We appreciate it. Good looking.
Thank you.
Let's keep it popping. Caller, you're on the line. Oh, maybe you're not. Let's keep it cracking. Caller, you're on the line. Is there somebody on the line here? Caller, you're on the line. I just don't understand why everybody's phone is muffled.
Right. What are they doing? Are you eating popcorn or something, mister?
I don't know. Let's just get a whole new batch of callers. Let's turn everything off. New callers. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. I need to hear, ladies, how much does he have to make in order to be considered a good man? And does it matter where he makes it from? Would you date a dope dealer?
Did that.
Yeah, me too.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
And see, the cold part is dope dealers, like you said. That
was I done with the setup? I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Is making ends meet a moral issue? Huh?
Can I say something?
I know you just want to talk so bad while I set it up.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Peaches.
I just want to say.
Then Tone.
Because Tone said a lot, and so did you. But
no, I didn't say shit. I wasn't even finished.
I'm talking about before. And I didn't comment, but it's like what y'all said. Does it matter where he makes his money? Yes, it matters. But when you hungry, does it matter? Hell no, because your belly gonna win. Because you hungry. You need to be fed. You need to be clothed. So your attitude changes when that street money come in, when it ain't no job money coming in.
Tone talks. Rebuttal. Tone talks.
I think that a lot of this is about leisure items. So I don't know if everybody trying to eat, like, it's whether we going to eat Spam or whether we going to get through the night because my stomach rumbling. It's more like, the 90s was a good run. I mean, the 90s was, hip-hop was hot. I want to go to the award show. I want to go to the concerts. And so now everybody done did it and had they run, and I want to say, like, not me. And I understand this. It's not just the dope dealer. Let me throw this in. It's not just the dope dealer. We talking about the coach, the college coach.
Right.
These college coaches have been out here selling kids' dreams and stealing people lives. Let's call it what it is. We talking about the tax fraud dude. You talking about even like that young lady last time. That's kind of what made me want to come into the show. She talked about the credit fix. Them credit fix people be fucking people's lives up. Let's call it what it is. So, like, everybody sitting next to the credit fix dude, and he got the fingers moving, and he keep talking fast, and he say he gonna fix people's life. That's just another dope. Let's call it what it is. And then
another hustle.
When the FBI come through, though, it's like I always knew, because he don't be right. But it's like what's happening right now is a reflection of you really need much more than what you need in your stomach. You need to fill the void of the gap between your wealth and that 500K life. And I understand somebody could say, I don't want what those 500K parents have. If you want your kids to go to lessons, you want to have insurance, you want to go to college, this stuff it adds up to like hundreds of thousands of dollars in life.
This system has made families out of reach for black people. I know it's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, we're capable of fucking and procreating, but are we capable of maintaining? Nothing make you want to sell dope like having kids.
Right.
Wow.
Listen, can we just be honest?
Please.
Where do you think that shit come from? Wealth, calcification, poverty.
And this generation, I add this to us, it's been really unfair. And I don't even think a lot of people know. That's part of my project. You used to be able to do exactly what your parents do. And it started speeding up with technology after the 1900s. And what we've experienced over the course of our life is horribly unfair, and it's due to bad politics, both from Gen X, older Gen Xers, just lacking politics, but particularly with boomers. And so, like, from immigration to tax reform to respectability politics, nobody did the politics so that so like you used to be able to go to C's, go to C's Candy, work at the candy factory,
the
trade
store.
that life in let's use a garbage man. You used to be able to be a garbage man, trade that life in for a home and a wife. They didn't do the politics for that to stay in place. So now you can come out of UCLA from with a political science degree and end up driving Uber.
Exactly.
Be right on the Uber bus.
And my point is to say everybody is looking at it through the lens of just about negativity or just about personal blame, when this is a multi-generational failure and also white supremacy created it, whereby our race doesn't have enough, and you don't find out you don't have enough until a specific symptomatic result happens.
Oof.
And that symptom is, as an example, he told you that we was going to pay for college for the daughter. He kept telling you that, and you kept listening. Now they're 18 and we don't have it.
Now watch this. If you've just tuned in, we're in one hell of a fight of a conversation right now.
We build it.
This is a real conversation. Because what I've found is most women, some but not all, give me that. Because some people will jump on me and be like, you're talking about everybody. No, some but not all. Some but not all. But most women that I've come in contact with lack the skills to be able to evaluate a quality man. They typically judge a man based on his productivity, his resources, his wallet, and what he can do for them. Now, they find out later he ain't shit after, listen to this, in many cases, they've received what they were in pursuit of. And that was things.
Or that thing.
That thing.
Or them things.
Or things. They got some things. They got some purses. They got some meals.
And some trips.
They got some trips.
Some jewelry.
They got some dick. How y'all want to say it? They got some
They got some jewelry.
Right? They got all these things. But when it comes to being able to evaluate the substantive quality of a man, that tends to take a back seat. Now, because of poverty, transactional styled relationships have risen to the top of our preferred choice of how we interact. It's based on transactions. What are you bringing? What am I getting? What are you giving? How are we? And really, the quality aspects of who people really are tend to take a back seat nowadays. So when the question of today's topic popped up, how much does your man have to make in a year in order to be considered a good man? And does it even matter how he makes it? Who else but women can answer this question? Because you do know men hop through hoops. Like Steve Harvey says, he still believes that.
Yeah, he does.
He does. You got the cookie. You the prize. You think just because you got a yoni that you're the prize?
Yeah.
But what happens though?
Not if you behaving like an ATM machine. Now I get to devalue you.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Tone talks.
What happens when you do that transaction with no math? And so when I say that, I'm saying on one side, the male you're evaluating is very loose, and I've seen that before, where it's like, as long as he's stable, or these words, as long as he's making enough, there's no math to even evaluate how many people make enough, because we didn't put no numbers to it. But then on the other side, on the female side, you don't evaluate anything in terms of you. So you don't evaluate your height, your age, your weight, your education, your familial background. So there's no math for you, and then there's loose math for him, and then you wonder why your stuff keep coming back messy. So transactional world without the math of transaction.
Look at that. Look at that.
Now, I don't think it should be transactional. I think that it should be much more based on love. But it's hard to do that when the demos practice is coming up and you got to pay for them helmets and them pads and them shoes and all that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason. We've added another female voice to the conversation. A young lady from a modeling agency owned by a friend of mine.
Named Michelle. Wonderful person to work with. Hi, guys. My name is Liddy Marinigo, and I'm a model coordinator for Beauty in the Box.
Let's get you over here. You can stand up. Lift the mic up. So people can see you. All right, there you go. Tell us who you are, and again, where are you from, and what's the modeling agency? Is Michelle coming?
I don't believe she is coming today. But I am a talent agent for Beauty in the Box, and my name is Liddy Marinigo.
Now, I know you got to pay for models.
I mean, the men do. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm saying.
If they have enough in a year.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You've been listening to the conversation.
Yes,
now
I have.
tell us. You tell us. What?
Tell her that chair.
How much does a man have to make in order to be considered a good catch?
Yeah, let's get rid.
Because you do know women want to know what's in the wallet.
Or beside the wallet. I'm just kidding. But long story short, I mean, when it comes down to it, I think all women have a little bit of a checklist. But then when you approach a decent man who you think is decent, and he smiles, it's like, oh shit, I failed. I don't even know. And then it comes down to thinking money, just like you said, thinking where would my future go from here? And long story short, it's kind of, you can't really put a price on it. Some people just keep wanting more. But for me, like the bottom line is loyalty, is what I think.
Would you choose loyalty over money?
Yes.
Phone lines are open, 323-230-4610. Are women saying right here, live on the air, Tone, do you believe this shit? I don't. Do women actually want us to believe that you guys choose loyalty over money? The phone lines are open. Call me right now, 323-230-4610. I need to hear from ladies right now telling the truth. None of these liars in here. Do you believe that?
I don't know.
There we go.
All the single ladies listening, woo, woo, that's why we're single.
Mimi, do you believe in loyalty over money? Talk to me right now.
Yes,
I think it's rare for women to feel that way, but I am a person who believes loyalty over money. Let me tell you why. I can't buy loyalty, but we can build money together and we can be loyal as a team.
Maybe.
If you don't have loyalty, you don't have nothing. Check it out. If I'm dating a dude, right, and his intention with me is not to be loyal, we have nothing but a bunch of money. I'm at home crying, unhappy. That money has made me miserable. But if I have a dude that's down for me like 4 flat tires, you feel me? And maybe we don't have the bread, but we having picnics. When I'm sad, he there for me and it's real and it's not Memorex. You can't buy that. You can build money, but you can't build faithfulness and loyalty and realness. Yeah. And I'm with that real.
The thing I say,
I agree, but let me get back to Mimi. God damn it.
Get back to Mimi.
Mimi.
What?
I be talking in general.
Okay, but for everybody
Mimi
else,
will go right to her. They're like, wait a minute, nigga, this is what I believe in. You understand me? I believe. I'm like, Mimi, we speaking in general.
Well, I agree with you in general.
That's what I need to. That's the answer.
Okay, let me tell you. In general, I want to say most women chase the wallet.
That's what
women go to the club to see what you pulled up in. They look and see who's in what. They look and see all that stuff. But what I've learned is some of that stuff is bad news. But again, women do that. You feel me? And women also always try to outdress each other. The whole thing with women is women's got this whole little thing with themselves. You feel me? They looking for the guy who's gonna pay the bill. When the guys are at the table, they don't go into their purse saying, "Oh, I'll pay my part." They looking for him to pay that part, and that's what the normalcy is, and that's real.
Tone talks.
I think sometimes, it's kind of like earlier when we talked about the dope man, and everybody okay with the tax man. Niggas stealing money through taxes, that's good, or real estate. That's all good, but the dope man, we ain't messing with that because of the insidiousness of crack. When I actually think that it's about a moral choice, like rather to be with people who just do foul shit. And so, I look at this same thing here. when a nigga ain't got no money, his disloyalty, his lack of loyalty just can show up in different ways. It ain't about like, he ain't got the options to cheat on you with a woman. He'll just cheat on you with a video game, or he'll just cheat on you with anger, or he'll just cheat on you with something else.
Oh, that's a good point.
So we try to make it so simple, like, we try to, yeah, I get that. I get that.
Okay, so I'm looking for somebody to keep.
No,
They can't hear you, Mimi. Hold on. They can't hear it. Wait. Finish Tone and then back to Mimi.
I get the very base, the most simple form of just cheating with another woman. But I think at the end of the day, what ends up happening, what we're seeing across this nation is like that man ends up cheating with his own frustration because of the severe lack of wealth. And the woman actually, everybody can say what they want, but we got a room full of women, and I know women like to do stuff. Women be like, I want to go horseback riding. Well, that's $75 each. If you ain't got a horse,
you ain't shit. If you can't produce $75 for me and you, so we could build quality time together.
All ain't a damn horse.
Let's go on a date. I got it off Groupon, baby.
I mean, there's all kind of ways to make it happen.
Yeah,
I mean,
it work.
At the end of the day, we speak of, you say women are looking for men, but before we were talking that most men aren't making that much money. So clearly a woman's going to have to break down and break some of her rules because he's not going to be able to make the amount of money in some cases. And what rules? What rules? You know how you just said women look for money. And so if women are looking for money, right? But we already said most men aren't making the type of money that someone, you know what I'm saying, in today's society. So clearly there's going to be a point where a woman's into a guy for other things of how he makes her feel. Maybe he hitting the bottom of it, whatever her reasons are. He's loyal, but I'm just saying there's more to it than just, oh, he's got money, because sickos got money. I mean, there's good and bad in every person. You want to pick a person that's got a good intention with you, because guess what? You can have a bunch of money and then invite me over and chop me up and eat me for dinner. I'll be at film at 11.
Listen to me. Donald Trump has a mail order bride that he took to being the first lady.
A traffic victim.
Listen to what I'm saying, because you guys are not being 100% honest, and I need to open up the phone lines and get these people in here so they can be honest for you. 323-230-4610. Men, be honest. Men of power have purchased trophy wives for centuries immemorial.
I'll be absolutely honest.
Can I say something on that note?
Okay.
Because you brought up the loyalty shit.
I just want to say, from experiences, I have 3 sisters. Not to say like they've dated awful guys ever, because they're actually all with amazing men now. But I actually think that all men will have a beautiful girl. And I honestly believe that there is a mix up in between when it comes to cheating, because I don't think a guy is going to cheat higher. I think he only cheats down. He's going to get the quick girl that's like, hey, let's meet, not another trophy wife, because one trophy wife with another trophy wife, they're going to talk. They're going to want to know each other. They're smart enough to bring the other girl to coffee, right.
This is the thing, though.
Don't talk.
Because
they need a sign.
Good. Don't you ever show that face on.
What's interesting is that the young lady introduced a whole new element of just like going outside of the black race. Because when you spoke, you said men aren't making. No, it's a chunk of white men that just using their mama money. Right. This is just real slick how they do it. It ain't old. They do it real slick, like through the house or whatever. So what happens is he work at his father's company. What happens is his job only really pay him $30 because he do art or something, but he getting that gift money. What happens is so there's a chunk, especially in LA, there's a 20% chunk of white men particularly that are running around here with wealth. And I actually sent Zoe something where a black lady was trying to teach a class on how to get a white man. It was some wild stuff.
This shit was wild.
And so
it was a literal course.
Yeah.
This is how you get a white man.
Wow. Yeah. And so we got an inside of race. So we got an inside of race reality of a severe lack of wealth, a severe lack of liquid wealth, and then actually like basing our everything based on hip hop and poverty crimes. Then we got an outside of race looking at a broader spectrum. And there is this chunk of white men, and everybody is kind of like presenting them as the goal until you get next to them and find out their habits. And the shit that they do.
Wow, this is crazy. Callers, I'm coming to you right now. If you want to get your opinion across on today's topic, call us right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. The Voice of Reason is live on Dash Talk X. How much does he have to make, God, in order to be considered? Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
What's up, Zoe? This is Boo from Detroit.
Your name is what?
Boo.
What's up,
Boo?
Boo?
Like
Booth?
Like B-O-O, nigga, did I scare you? It's Boo.
Boo.
Wow.
Listen, your name is Boo. Okay, nigga.
That's his family
This nigga name
nickname.
is Boo. I can't call a man Boo.
Hey, Boo.
The fuck is your
Hey,
name?
Boo. What's up,
Hey,
baby?
Boo, how much you make?
What's your name, Nick? Is your
I
name
done
Charles?
been, over $300,000 a year. I done been in the Federal Bureau of Prisons where I made under $2,000 a year. And I done been out here in the streets since I've been released to make over $60,000 a year. Okay? Now, let me tell you this. I've had women at every stage of that journey.
That's right.
On the streets balling, in the prison pimping the pen, and out here, punching the time clock. And I can tell you that the more you make, the more shit they put up with.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Now that's
All right, Boo. Now get the fuck off.
Can I say something real quick?
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Zoe, I had to call back. This is Rich from Miami.
Who is Rich from Miami?
He was on before.
I was on there earlier, yeah.
I don't remember.
It's okay, no problem. Listen, you said something earlier, and the problem is this transactional relationship makes money your matchmaker. And we're not being honest when they keep saying loyalty, because really, and some but all, I understand, women really want security first. And then everything comes behind that. And it's great for us to say that we love and we're going to be there like 4 flat tires and all that's wonderful. But the reality is when a better man comes with more money and he gives you the opportunity of a better life, more than not, the woman would go to the higher ground. So there's certain things we need to understand. One, we got to understand financial literacy. We got to understand what Tone is talking about. Tone is talking about the man not only has a job, but he also has a job called a house. He also has a job that's called college funding. He has a job called car and gas. And he has a job called a woman. All of those are employers. And he has to make enough money for all of them. So we really have to sit down and talk honestly about what is it going to take for us to be happy together. And that's all I have to say.
Well, thank you for calling back.
I said that earlier.
He's doing, hey, at the end of the day, do you think black women in general are delusional about what they want from relationships?
Absolutely. Sometimes. I mean,
Go ahead, Peach.
Absolutely, because the simple fact is, Tone stated it, you stated it. When you're in a relationship, you have to be, there is no number you can put on what is going to take care of your what a woman should want, because you want a man to take care of you, but yet you have to take care of yourself first. That's where the delusion comes in, because if you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to be in a relationship with someone else? Because you have to take care of him if something happens to him, if something happens to your kids, all of that plays a part in it. But if you have a husband that is a drug dealer, okay, if you have a husband that's a drug dealer, you have to deal with the same things that you do if your husband works a blue collar job.
Peaches, can you name one way sisters are delusional about their expectations for black men in intimate relationships?
I think they're delusional when they expect to go to Tahiti because Mary Sue and them is going to Tahiti when y'all don't even know how you gonna pay your light bill.
Hey, Mimi, can you name one?
Yes, when women think that a man's going to be perfect and sweep them off their feet, everything's going to be a certain way. It's not.
Wow.
When we're delusional because we have these lists, and I got one. I revised it twice and then I threw it away. But he got to hit all of them.
Let me ask a sister.
checklist.
Let me go
checklist.
back to the sister here. Not being a sister, a black woman. I don't know what your ethnicity is.
I'm Latina.
Yes. What do other races want from black women? Do you understand? Right, from a black man. Like, what do other women of other races want from black men that black women seem to overlook? Oh, yeah. Deliver unto us the truth.
I would have to say physique, drive. And I'm not talking about what you drive. I need drive. All men in general, every ethnicity. If you are just going to be in the same town, born, raised, grow up, and you still don't have drive, you have to see the world. You need something that drives you. And I believe the best way to know drive is traveling the world to find drive.
I'm gonna let everybody get it. What do you say? You know you can't talk off the mic now, Sarah.
But did she say physique? Like something wrong with our bodies or something like that?
No. She's saying what she's seeing.
I want them to be driven.
I just said something. Okay.
You just hi. Cool.
No, I'm not.
Tone talk.
Anymore.
Get in here.
I'm not anymore.
So what's so funny about it is that's where it all gets hidden. When we say drive, what happens in a city where you don't know that the middle black family's worth 200 liquid? Like, that's not just a family. That's like all the men are poor. Like, so what you do is get with a college coach who steals from little kids. And then you think, so like he worked for UCLA and he's physically fit, but that nigga run around all across the country bribing kids. That's his job. That's the black man that you picked out of all the black men. And he got drive. Yeah. Or you get with the dude that fix credit, or you get with the dude that do taxes. But see, the problem is that we don't have like a middle group that just has family property that has grocery stores on it, and he managed that. We don't have a middle group that makes wealth in a healthy way. We got the racers and then the runners, like they just running and doing wild shit. And then we got another group that drive Uber.
Wow.
But we don't have nothing else in between.
Wow. Mimi Peaches.
So I was going to say, when you meet someone, I mean, it's very rare that they really tell you how much money they make. I mean, if you're on a date with someone, that's really not the first thing that you figure out. I mean, you kind of figure out that you like them, and you may not even know about the real amount of money they make, probably for a long time, if ever. I mean, some people are real private about the amount of money that they make. So to honestly say, oh, I'm looking for a dollar amount, you probably will never find out the real dollar amount unless you're in a situation where they have to reveal it in a financial business. You feel what I'm trying to say? Because people lie. Most, you know what I mean? No, I'm saying in black relationships, you don't meet a guy and you're like, yeah, how much you make? And he's like, yeah, baby. And now only if he's flossing. Now he's a flossing kind of dude. He want to tell you everything because he's trying to, but then again, he could be lying. The floss could be a lie because some girls are so weak to that. He hitting it that night and then she find out it's a pumpkin. He didn't play like he was a phantom and he in a pumpkin riding on the bird down the street with his mama. Watch it.
All I was going to say to that.
Who own the house come home.
All I'm going to say to that is.
Everybody can't talk at the same time. Peaches, got you. Come on, Peach.
Okay. Back to your point, Tone. What you were saying about, everybody doesn't know how much it takes to sustain their family. Like, I know you want that $100,000 nigga. Like, you really want that. But the reality of it is, in this world that we live in, no matter what my age group, money isn't that way. You say that all the time yourself. So there's no way you can put a dollar amount on.
That's not how. My pushback was that's not. See, I think that what we don't understand is, no, these motherfuckers out here living in a way where on the first date, see, what's happening is we got goals and then we don't deduct back. How much does it take to achieve that goal? We just deal with the symptomatic result of it not being achieved. Okay. I'm telling you that on the other side, and maybe the young lady can speak to it, you got a whole section of white, Latino women, all them in the top 15% of LA that are finding out how much somebody make in the first fucking couple weeks of a date, of a relationship.
Oh,
not the first date, maybe, but it definitely is coming the fuck out. I'm not sitting here to waste my time. And understand this, there's a whole nother ball game. Mm-hmm. I don't care what you make if you gonna inherit a $2 million house. Come on. Like, I just think that our entire lack of wealth, but our aspiration to still have American outcomes has led to a whole result where we don't do the math to be American.
Give me an example of American outcomes.
That's what I need.
What that means is, like, at the end of...
I know what it means.
At the end of working, you got $1 million in an account, and then also you got health care.
Okay.
What that means is that when your kids at 18 hit that 18... there's $125 in the account for each of them. See, but you got to look at the college cheating scandal as an example. The college cheating scandal, the lady from Full House, the guy she married, he sees more jeans in Target. But his parents, when it came time for him to go to college, his parents had a fund for him. This is a man older than you, Peaches, older than Zoe. He used that money to start the jean company. So what you think his parents got?
Wow.
And I just think what we've done is we've allowed white people to have all of it. And we just friends with them, and they don't tell us they got all of it. But then we want all the shit that's outside, just like the Atlanta house.
All the shiny stuff. We want all the shiny accessories that come along with being
I want to know.
white adjacent.
Can you ask the new young lady if they find out how much they make in the first 6 months of dating?
Tell the truth.
I think you do end up finding out a pretty solid idea, and something I have learned is they will not voice, I have this, I have this, I have this. You just see it. You just see it, and you know it's theirs. Everything's in their name. It's not just, blah, blah, blah.
So you're giving me this new, term here. Like, women are relationship appraisers. They appraise a motherfucker.
Oh my gosh, I should make that an app.
Do you see the gap?
I guess I missed
Do you see the gap in terms of our relationships versus what she's describing?
Right. That was some old appraisal type shit.
That's what they doing.
That's before you buy
That's like,
the house.
look at that. Oh, wow.
When someone smiles, I see a checklist. It's like ding, 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 ding. Wrong, fail. Okay.
Oh, wow. She's checking foundations. So you retrofitting niggas is what you say.
Oh, that's another thing. They have to be funny.
Oh, wow.
That counts for dollars for me. You know, if you're funny, that's
Hey, listen, the phone lines are open. How much does he have to make?
Come on.
In order to be considered.
100,000, strong dick. Retrofit.
I said how much he has to make. You always bring up dick.
It's a part of the life package.
Okay, there you go.
I said the life package.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it.
How you doing? This is Elton from Long Beach.
LBC, what up, man?
What's going on? Tone, love you. I'm an economist, and brother, you hit it on the head. You stopped me from doing areas of research I don't even need to do anymore.
Shut up.
I have one question for the ladies, just to be perfectly honest. What is the value of relationship to you if you're out here, trying to trade up? Because as black people, all we had was each other for a long time. Moving forward, what is your rubric for judging a solid relationship? Because it can't be a bank book. It can't be. I refuse to believe, after the Ida B. Wells and the Shirley Chisholms of our people, we down to being just so mercenary. That's my question. Y'all have a good one. I'll take the answer offline.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mimi?
So first and foremost, as I said before, a lot of women do think the way he mentioned, and that is too bad. But I'm at a point in my life I can't even think like that. Like I said,
grown
because I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? My mama really don't have my back, so I need a man that got my back. You see, the things that I look for is some type of integrity and trust and intent. What is your intention with me? You feel me? Because intention is everything. Somebody's intention could be just I'm gonna hit it and quit it. I mean, so I need it to be right, and I'm at the age I want to build and grow.
Peaches.
I totally concur with Mimi on that. I need you to be honest with me about who you are, and money, I mean, that's going to be there because I'm going to make mine. I can take care of me. If you coming to me and you taking care of yourself, there's nothing we can't do as individuals and as a couple.
That's right.
You sound like a fucking lawyer.
And the dick must
Keep
matter
your
too.
shit over there, and I'm fine.
Black dick matters. We can have our shit in the same place together, but
so
all
long
I'm
as you're
saying,
taking care of it.
But you know what? I'm grown about it because this world is hard enough to live in without somebody trying to leech off of you.
Sarah, without the H.
Yeah, right now I really need money though. I'm tired of dating broke niggas. Like, I don't know, like if I'm like a broke dick nigga magnet or something like that. So I'm ready for the nigga with money. Like we don't even, I could be on one side of the house and another. So like I just want to experience that at least once.
Let me ask you a
But as
question.
far as an intimate relationship,
Let me ask you a question.
What?
And this is a real question, and I mean no disrespect.
No, you don't have to.
Would you be his maid?
Would I be his maid?
Yeah.
That's like the sex play thing? Like I put on the
No, I
outfits
mean
and
like
stuff?
literally.
I would. I'd be my man's maid.
Yeah.
Like
No,
put on the low.
but he not your man.
He not your man.
Oh, he's not my man. He's not my man.
Yeah,
No.
well, I'm saying let's
I
talk
thought this
about
was
it.
like kinky
Let's,
shit.
let me ask you this, sweetheart.
That's
Let me
why I
ask
had
you
to
this.
set that up.
Let me ask you this, sweetheart. We live in a society where less than 1% of black households break 500. We can just imagine how many black men have high levels of wealth. Why would he choose you over another black woman? Like that's because what money is we make beauty so relative now in the black race that we don't deal with. Are you heavy? Are you short? Are you dark? Are you whatever qualities that we gonna use as criteria?
They're all filters. Yeah.
I'm saying we take all but I'm saying our race. What we've done now is you can be 48, you can be 5'2", you can be overweight.
So you're saying ageism, racism, sexism, classism,
No.
all of those filters too.
Yeah, I'm saying the criteria that makes you the selection for that wealthiest like quintile of black guy. Do you even take that into consideration?
First of all, everybody, how you thinking? Because the way I'm taking this right now, and you trying to say like basically I don't look the part of the motherfucker that got money or something like that. But every man's taste is different.
There we
I
go.
understand
That's
what
what
you're saying.
we're looking for.
Yeah,
But that's
she
what we
right
say.
here.
Bring it
She
in.
here.
But that's what we say. That's what we say.
No, let me finish though. But let me tell you. Okay.
That's who we want to see. Come on, Sarah.
No, because there are men with money out there, whatever, and I may be their delight or whatever. But I want moving forward for just at least once before I settle down. He may be the one that has the money that I settle down with. But at least once, I'm tired of broke niggas that gotta explain numbers and shit and put
But wait, you know what you're actually saying when
What?
you say that?
What?
You're tired of what you have.
I'm tired of what I've been,
Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me. Black men in America did not go out and set the rules for this economic game.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
MLK was killed not because of the nonviolence rhetoric. He was killed when he shifted to where's our money.
Mm-hmm.
And a man that powerful with that voice, with that platform had to be taken out because he shifted what he needed to say. Mm-hmm. And when he started talking about the wealth gap, when he started talking about the European peasantry that was undergirded by the government, that's when they say, okay, we got to take him out. You understand? The system is designed to create broke niggas. So for you to turn around and then say, I'm tired of dating broke niggas.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
We go we go to the relationship store with certain things. Myself, I came from 16-year-old parents. Neither grandfather. That means I will not inherit wealth. I own that entirely. What I'm finding is that in the reciprocal area, African American women, not just you, not just any black woman, what you take off is all the criteria that will make you the selection. Which means, what is your height? What is your weight? I'm not talking about you.
But you keep on saying height and weight.
No,
like
but
that.
you can't even hear.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
But I'm saying age. I used that before. You're a young woman, relatively. What I'm saying.
Go ahead. I'm
you don't want to
listening.
hear. All I'm saying to you. This is what we deal with. Money can be made into like a hard number, whereby he don't have it. He's a broke nigga. That's what you've been calling niggas this whole time. That's fine. You probably are right. But when we flip it on the other side and we start dealing with the criteria in terms of judging you, it's all of a sudden like, why? It's somebody for everybody.
So this is why I said ageism, racism, sexism, classism. A woman that's up in age, in general, loses value to most men. In general.
Now let's talk about wealthy men.
True.
We talking about wealthy men and be like, a little long in the tooth.
Right.
You cute, but a little long in the tooth.
That doesn't.
And we talking 33.
That's how men think.
And we
Of
talking.
course. I understand it.
Listen. When me and Mo D, we kicked it with Quincy Jones. I think he was like 74 at the time. And I said, Quincy, I was like, oh man, you about to be 77. He was like, what, motherfucker? 77? Are you motherfucking kidding me? Goddamn it, I'm 74. I'm gonna show you 77. The motherfucker went into a drawer and pulled out a gang of pictures of Brazilian girls. Does this look 77, motherfucker? Huh? You know, he was, again, ageism. You're a little long in the tooth. Sexism.
It's true.
Right? Racism. Classism. Where you from? Who backing you? What resources do you have? And then you throw in colorism, especially in our community.
Yeah.
She's a little too dark.
Or she's too yellow.
This goes back to my question. This is not, like Tone was saying, this isn't a personal attack at you. This is saying when you start peeling back the layers that people are looking at other people through, those filters, then you start to see their biases. That's why when I first said, hey, if you tired of dating broke motherfuckers, which your community is built on, right? If you tired of dating them, are you willing to be the rich man's maid? You work for him, but you're not his woman, but you fucking him.
And understand that.
Would you do it? Would you do it?
Not at all. Not at all. But at the same time, it's like y'all think I want some millionaire or something like that. No, but how I presented it is how it was personal to me.
You made it personal because you're high.
I am not high anymore. That weed was not that good.
It really wasn't.
My thing is,
why does my studio smell like a dispensary?
Because they sprayed that shit with that smell good, and when you smoke it, it wasn't shit. And I'm gonna go back to that dispensary and tell them.
But Zoe, I'm saying to you, I'm saying to you,
I didn't finish my point.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I didn't finish my point.
Go ahead.
My point is that he doesn't have to be a millionaire or someone, but someone that has their head above the water and that's able to splurge.
Did you hear this man's stat?
I don't care about the man's stats.
2016. What's the stat?
Oh my God!
But you go see. That's what I'm saying. Any of those young men that you dated could have been listening to this show, and they just got called a broke nigga.
Yeah, they probably did, and I don't care.
But that's what I'm saying.
They probably not, because they should be out working. Shit, that's why they broke as hell.
But that's
up there listening to the radio. Not saying nobody is listening.
But this is what we. That's what I'm saying. We don't have. We dealing with a transaction, and then we don't deal with the look. When you go out into the dating market and then you come back with something, it's probably because that's what your trade-in is, like a car shop. But what's happening now is everybody gets their trade-in and then says, I want something different. I want the trade-in she got. I want the trade-in, and they'll say, well, I'm not really saying that. But there's a reason that those men have been dating you, because there's the reason that you've been dating those men. What I'm structurally saying is that those men shouldn't be broke because we built this country. I'm saying that the black man who reflects you shouldn't have to hunt for a black man. And I'm not saying you do.
I do not.
That's not
I'm
broke.
gonna turn her mouth.
That's not broke.
No,
clowning.
he just said.
You keep clowning.
He said, I'm not calling you, and I said, okay, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm saying that's not. You shouldn't have to hunt for a black man that's not broke. And my reflection to you is that what we have right now is we don't really deal with when you put. It's like a fight. Somebody throw a punch.
Yes. I'm
dealing with niggas being broke. You have that right to say that. Now you got to deal with all the criteria that comes on the other side of that punch. Right. Now, if you start off on just a level of, I just want to find people that are good people, that's a whole nother level. But what we got right now is I want to shrink the market. When the market gets shrunk, then I don't want to deal with the criteria that smaller market is going to have.
Now watch the flip side of this. The flip side of the topic, how much does he have to make in order to be considered a good man? The flip side of that is toxic ambition and passive-aggressive prostitution.
Right.
You a passive-aggressive...
Basically, but you know what? They're right, Sarah, because as a barber, what I did learn listening to men, and that's the one thing I
don't know if I was done, but fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thankful for that time I spent in a barbershop. That 15 years in that barbershop schooled me in a way that most women are not privy to. And that is listening to men by not fucking them. I wasn't fucking anyone in the barbershop so I could hear everything they said. When you having sex with the customers and stuff, you cloud your judgment. You don't hear the messages that you're learning without asking for them. And men really think about us in that way Zoe described. Once you're older, you are an object just to be fucked only, or that one nigga will wife you. Other than that.
But let me say it another way, too. Men can be passive-aggressive prostitutes, too.
Yeah. They are.
And I posted it I said it in a show, and then somebody tweeted it in definition form, where I said, hoe is a noun that equals the bartering of one's integrity for security. That's a hoe. A man can be a hoe. When you see people saying shit like, and I'm not saying that, I'm not being disrespectful or derogative towards anybody, but if you see a motherfucker, male or female, that will sell out their integrity for the bag, that's a hoe.
Yeah.
That's a hoe. We live in a society that creates hoes. Poverty makes hoeing possible. Poverty makes hoeing possible. This is what I got to do to survive. Is the justification for hoeing. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you barter your integrity, when you sell your character, when you auction off your character, your internal quality, that's a hoe. So this is an aspect of relationships that get lost. How many people and I'm talking about women in general, who know how to pick a quality man regardless of what's in his wallet?
Mm-hmm.
Did America create quality black men?
Did America eat?
I mean, that's so the conundrum is for us to make money, you really look. And when I say money, I'm talking about getting north of 150. It's probably some illegal shit. I'm not talking dope right now. I'm talking about anything. You carry the risk. Right. So what that mean? I like using the college coach because it's classic. You go work at UCLA and I run you around the ghetto, Compton, whatever, with $1,000 in your pocket, and you get that out to these little poor families, and then you go date her as an example. I'm just saying. And then we date, and you get your idea of black men from this weird guy that does this shit all day. Right. And I'm saying to you, like, there's a whole nother middle market for other groups. Let's use Latinos as an example. The dude might tar the roof, and his wife might be straight from like Mexico, and they just on some love shit. But also, they come from Mexico, so it's a whole different framework of how that money's spent and the way their life is going to be structured. We are caught in the middle of worlds. We're caught in the middle of the worlds that your parents had as big mamas and everything, and this new world of like, we really want to live in Marina Del Rey and in Beverly Hills. But there's a reason that the parking ticket is $90 in Beverly Hills or $85. Right. Because you're supposed to have money when you over here. Yeah. There's a reason that you
can't even afford a ticket over here. You better park.
Right.
You better park at West. You better park in Inglewood and catch the metro zone.
Better Uber here from Inglewood.
No, I have something very interesting to say. And this is unfortunate for me, but I've gotten a ticket before in LA, of course, and I've gotten a ticket in Beverly Hills. And I went over to the Beverly Hills court, and you would be oddly to figure out that they have lower prices for them, that the amount of my ticket that was in Beverly Hills was lower because they have it set up for them to be more prosperous. So we're hit harder. That's why I said, you get what I'm trying to say? So it's actually a game in there. You get what I mean? They're getting us, you know?
They do that everywhere. They do that in their grocery store.
In the medical clinic.
You know, that's true, because where I stay in the marina, and at the store that is by my house, in the back of it, you can get all kind of stuff for cheap. Stuff you've never seen at any other Ralph's. I mean, you get what I mean? Stuff like some knives that were $40 for $5. Like, where do they do that at? But it's in the marina, giving it to them, giving them more. So they
and let me just say this. We're missing the women in this conversation. The women callers.
Yeah, we ain't got none.
The number to dial is 323-230-4610. The women in here, they're going to tell me what I want to hear.
No, we are not. I never tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah, it's true. You do that. Yeah, it's true. I have to admit it's true. But I'm saying for the most part, you guys are going to say, I want loyalty. I want this. I want that.
Is that how we sound to you? He said we sound like
The reality of it is, most women are mercenaries, relationship mercenaries.
True. Merc.
And if a motherfucker ain't got his head on a swivel, if a motherfucker don't have a prenuptial agreement, if a motherfucker ain't wearing a condom, if a motherfucker ain't got a crew of people that can keep his ass away from that nigga there, he gonna get played. I'm just saying, we've seen it.
Or be the happiest nigga in the world.
Okay, sure. You can't help but try to flip it and make the contrarian. We already know that there are some good women in the world. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the majority of women.
We're talking about them hoes. We're talking about the mother hoes.
We're talking about the majority of women.
And yes.
Caller, save us from the futility. What's your name and where you calling from?
What's going on, man? It's Al from Oklahoma.
Al from Oklahoma. What's the deal?
Hi, Al.
Man, how you doing? Just kind of speak from the opposite end of the spectrum. As a man, it's kind of, I'm 32, out in the day market, making reasonable money. And one of the main things I look at is how much of a financial liability is a woman. Black women, so a lot of the ones I'm running across, they're so entrenched in this consumerism culture that they got more going out than they got coming in. And it's like, if I get with you, you're a debt. So my finances already, paper thin as it is. So if I'm getting with you and you've got all these aspirations and you're trying to get stamps in the passport, what am I looking at as far as, am I adding something to an already shaky foundation, or am I taking away from it?
Wow, good point. We appreciate the call. Thank you, brother.
That was interesting. That's right.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where are you calling from? Let's see.
Hi, this is Kim from Richmond.
Candace from Detroit.
Richmond.
You heard Richmond?
Kim from Richmond.
Oh, from Richmond. All right.
Hey, girl.
You disappointed? Come on, it's Richmond, Virginia.
No, what's happening? Talk to us.
Hi. So here's my thing. Loyalty is important. That's a great thing. I'm more interested in the ability to be a team. If we can work together as a team. Now, I know when I made the decision to go to college that the likelihood of me making more money than my partner, because I do want a black man, is, considerably higher. And that's fine. I'm not interested necessarily in a man making the same amount of money as me, but I want to know that in difficult times, you have my back, and that's kind of where the security comes from, is, are you going to be able to step up and do whatever is needed?
Wait, let me ask you this question. I got to stop you. When you say you want to know if he has your back,
Yeah.
Right. What if he just has soothing words? Now let me let me not marginal. No, and y'all know, you guys think I'm trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. Because what if that's what he has? Is soothing words. And for a lot of people who are in a desperate space, being able to have somebody to talk to you, especially if you're dealing with somebody who's at depression, who's been in a low spot, to be able to have somebody talk you out of a situation. Right. Because let me just see, you think I'm trying to be funny and I'm not, but let me just say, I've seen women marginalize a motherfucker who has words. He may not have no money, but he got the word to bring you out of a state of mind, to bring you from a negative space to a positive space. Because a lot of times the way this transactional society has framed manhood, men got to produce. It's got to be tangible. And a lot of times advice, insight, inspiration, none of that shit is tangible for the way most women think. That's why I had to. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead, finish your thought.
Totally. So, okay, I'm glad that you said that, because I actually just got out of a relationship where the person was very supportive. I had lost someone in my family who I was very close to, and it was a very difficult thing. And it was important, and it of course had value. At the same time, if every time that we're going out to dinner, I'm having to pay because you don't have, your life together, and you've lied about what your life really was from the beginning, how am I supposed to handle that? It's like I want to be a good person. I want to, kind of be like this insightful, deep thinker and all of that. But at the same time, like, chicken costs money. So, like, how do you find the balance in, appreciating or valuing the emotional support and that part of it, but at the same time, like, does there have to be a trade-off? Like, are black women expected to kind of have this trade-off that in order to have what we need emotionally and mentally, we have to pay for it?
Let me say this.
Tone Talks, get it?
Let me say this. I'm gonna start off with what I'm gonna end with what I started off at the beginning of the show. 57% of black households together make less than $37,000 nationally. 80% make less than $60,000 gross. I don't understand how that just became a black male problem. I think we've projected a attainment, a level of wealth, like black women are out here making $300,000 and black men are making 10. When actually what's happening is, like, black people are struggling. And I think fundamentally what happens is we don't call y'all broke motherfuckers. We don't get on the radio and we don't start talking about your shortcomings physically. So it's very uncomfortable to hear about those shortcomings, to the point where we so used to it that it just become the language of the race, where, like, the black men are struggling. Now, what's interesting about the whole thing is that we don't even, as a race, dig deeper than just, like the young caller called earlier, he was thinking about her buying purses. At this age, I actually look at, like, is your grandmama going to need you to have us give her money?
Wow.
Intergenerational poverty. And, I just feel like we really, as a race, we really got a lot of maturing to do.
Really, really. Caller, thank you for your question. We appreciate it.
I agree with you.
Thank you, you guys.
All right.
You too. Thank
we got
you.
callers. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Caller? Are you there? Caller? We don't want to hear that.
Right.
Let's do it again. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Sean, Dublin, Georgia.
From Dublin, Georgia. Well, speak on it. Caller, you're on the line, man. You're live right now.
Oh, God, my bad. Hold on, let me turn my lights down.
Your whole life is too loud.
I apologize, man. I'm with Tone all the way on this, man. I love the ladies and all, but sometimes I be like, bro, what is they talking about, man? Goodness gracious. Like,
they look good, but they just talking like, yeah, man. Tone speaking fast, and they talking about if a nigga can get down good. Like, man, let's get off of that for a minute and focus on what we need to focus on.
The dick is what matters when he broke.
Exactly. You have to work from your
What you
deficit.
focused on.
Yeah, you ain't got no money, so
So wait.
He got to do something. What you mean? That's just like if she's sick.
Wait.
If that's all you got.
The women are basically saying you can't be broke and with no dick skills.
Right. You gotta have some kind of skill, damn it.
Big bucks.
Right. And just put it down.
Right.
Yeah, tell you. You can't talk at no job. You talk with that tongue.
Right.
That's like when you play poker and that's the last hand you got. You better hold them and fold them right, because that dick better be strong, bro, if you ain't got no money.
Right. That make you forget all about the money when you getting off. Like, oh shit.
Man.
I got money, baby. We going to eat. I got a Groupon.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Tone, what's up, man? This is your boy Lou from Tampa, man.
Hey, this ain't Tone. This is Zoe.
My bad, Zoe, man. I'm listening to Tone in our preaching, bro. My bad. But listen, man, I got something to say. And ladies, listen, man. There's going to come a day where men, black men, are going to look at it and say that, excuse my French, that pussy is overrated.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
You can say it now.
And when we come to that conclusion, y'all gonna be in some goddamn trouble, because it is too much trouble for us to be sitting out here being called broadcasters. When Tone and they just said it, when you look at how the situation is financially for us, 80% of the country, black people got less than 60% of the wealth. I mean, 60% makes $60K a year. I mean, that's ridiculous. So we all in the same damn boat.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I know y'all ain't making, I mean, not y'all specifically, but I'm saying as a whole, man, sisters ain't walking around here making no 100K. You know what I'm saying? No 90K. So, I mean, we have to get off of that. And like Dude said, we have to really look at what's really going on. I know if you got the bread, bro, you getting that head, dog. You feel what I'm saying?
If you got the bread,
and it shouldn't have to get that head.
You getting that head.
And if you got the bread, if you got the bread, your head ain't got to be hard. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah, you got the bread. You get no
caller,
teeth.
thank you for the call, man. I appreciate it.
All right, Tone. That's it.
Oh my God, callers, you're on the line. This shit crazy as hell. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you call? Hey, caller, you got to turn your entire life down. It's too loud.
Turn my life down, bro. Turn my life down.
All right, what's the deal, man?
My name's Ben, man. I'm calling from Fresno, but I'm a truck driver listening to y'all get out tonight, man. I want to say what's up to the ladies.
Hey.
On talk. Man, this right here is crazy, man, because the women, generally in the United States, man, this the way they bred. Period. They got to look at your pocket. You're going to tell your daughter not to fuck with no broke niggas. And ain't nobody saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the dynamics need to change. And I'm not saying not tell your daughter not to break a date a broke dude, but you got to have some sustenance, and when we in a society that's created for us to fail, you can't judge a dude based on his pocket. You just look at what Turn Talk's talking about based on the statistics. Me is broke niggas. I'm a truck driver and I'm struggling. And it's hard out here for us. And we are so far removed from where we came from as a family unit. We don't got families out here no more, so ain't nobody thinking about family. Everybody thinking about self. So that's where you get all this predatory mind state. What you got your mom, what you bring to the table, what you can do for me.
All right, caller, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the insight. Thank you for the information. Here's the thing. Relationships are in trouble. Yes, they are. And the reason why they're in trouble is because whoever came up with the CLs or COs, comparative outcome, right? This is what people look, sociologists, comparative outcome levels, COLs. We always looking. Oh, they got that. Oh, let me see if we can do that, or if I can find somebody that can duplicate that, or we can build this or that. The bottom line is the entire purpose for intimate relating is spiritual. It's self-reflective. The first book, The Relationship Dismount, talks about relationship as a mirror. The second book, The Holographic Relationship, says not only is it a mirror, it's a holographic mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So all the information is stored, all the information you've ever been through is recorded, and it's reflected back to you for the purpose of you evolving as a person. Listen, if you have a relationship that's fear-based, it will be trust-based. It will be certainty-based. It will be safety-based. And this is why a lot of relationships don't grow. They're stagnant because it's based on a certain type of outcomes, a certain set of outcomes.
Right.
And if you don't achieve those outcomes, you're somehow a failure. You somehow got the wrong person. And then you wake up one day and you've been single for 15 years.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but this is what's happening. Let me just say this real quick. Tone Talks is about to take over. His show's about to jump right off at the top of the hour. I'm going to be on with Tone Talks.
That's right.
You in the dig? I got to give him a little time so he can get set up. But listen, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for calling in. Get my 2 books, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, and The Holographic Relationship. Get Total Package Energy. Get, of course, Beal Sauce. And don't forget to get Black Entertainment app. The Black Entertainment app has everything in it. Travel, restaurants, all types of stuff, man. Go search it. Black-owned businesses all over the place. Black Entertainment app. News, travel information, restaurant reviews, the whole 9 yards. Go support it. Get down right now. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. We'll be back Monday with another slaptastic heater. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm out.
Thank you. Deuces. That was good. That was fire.
Excellent show, ladies.
Look, when y'all was talking about it, when you was saying what I wanted to say, but
Hand me
it
your
was too far
amiibo.
past, when you was talking about the dope dealer